whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Hoodie, because my character was a hoodie.
Because my character wears a hoodie.
So you're the banker.
You never played D&D before,
Yeah, well, I know there's a dungeon master.
but you also think that they're a banker.
No, but it's a similar thing, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to be more in charge of all the
Okay, let me
mechanizations
put
of the
it.
game.
Let me put it this way, okay? You remember? No, I need a better example.
Very short example.
If you play Witcher, he is the
PS4.
yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a banker in Monopoly is
Also
a
participating in play.
calculator.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Not quite the same. Not quite the same.
So he doesn't have a character. I mean, we all knew that already.
I am all the characters. Yeah. Nice. Well done.
I had a bit more malfunction with a tap.
Oh yes. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I did the same.
Flicked
Yeah.
it up and just water
I'm sorry.
The tap's lethal.
When you use the bathroom tap, don't lift it very far.
Yeah. We know. Yeah.
We've only been living here for a short time, so we haven't got around to putting a little sign up or anything. So I apologize for that. Okay, cool. I will, like I said, do everybody's intro into the world kind of one at a time, just so you all feel like you're immersed. Like if you're method actors, this will be your moment to
Method.
yeah, to method. Okay, so first up, let's do Yuka, because he
This guy.
has played a game before.
With
So
his
his
character,
Yeah.
exists in the world already. And, okay, so if I recall correctly, you just threw this device that you fashioned in your little, hideout on the lower level
Yeah.
of this power station. And you threw it and it made a flashing noise.
Nice, spectacularly failed and took a photo
Yes.
of people instead of
And
blowing
you
them up.
see the photo go, and you see it there, just lying there.
Yep.
And you see the other guys that you were previously allied with sort of lying in various states of unconsciousness around this power station. And the orc guys had turned to you, and were they in the process of questioning you? Had you convinced them?
I think they were kind of still wrapping up the fight, so no one had started paying me any attention, which was why I was planning to then just fucking bolt and leave the others,
Okay, cool.
because that's who I am.
That's good. So that's your intention.
Yes.
You see from a distance, in the couple of seconds it's taking you to decide whether you're going to stay or leave. In this moment, you see that the picture starts to develop, and it looks like that. You don't have it, but you can see that from a distance. So you can choose to pick it up, or you can choose to leave it there.
I pick it up.
Okay, you go over and pick it up. Make a stealth check for me.
Oh yeah, fuck all of this shit. That's the D20, right?
Yeah.
And then it's in this, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's nice because it's so uneven. It's a 7.
What's your stealth? Look at your sheet.
Let's see. Where's that shit? Here.
Be on the
Wasn't it?
left. Yeah.
Stealth. +3.
It's 3, so 10. Is that your score?
That is my score. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a roll. Okay, you see the orc, the sort of guy that's in charge, notices you and says, "What's your name again?"
Ask it.
Asker. Asker, what are you doing? Where have you been this whole time? We've been fighting these fucking interlopers.
Well, I was trying to help you out with the thing I threw to sort of fuck them up.
Make a persuasion check.
Let's see, what I just need to know
Persuasion's in the same sort of grid.
persuasion. Oh, I got a +4 persuasion.
Nice.
Come on, baby. I keep rolling like a 19, bro.
Nice, plus your force 23.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, yeah. I mean, if they were still alive, that would have distracted the shit out of them." Nice. All right. I'm going to pull these bodies into the corner. You go back to work.
Will do, boss.
Cool. And you see him and his friends sort of drag the bodies into the corner. And I presume you leave the power station? Okay, cool.
Oh, do I have stuff in my basement that I can sort of? Should I just pop down and?
You have stuff there that you can go look at, yeah?
Yeah. So I'll just go down there first just to see if there's anything.
Okay, you pop down.
Any cool
You go down
legendary weapons or anything
the
like that.
steps to the basement, you see your sort of workbench up against the other wall. Mechanical, metallic junk that you've salvaged is on that bench.
Cool.
There's a duck that is like a wind-up duck that goes.
Ooh, that
There's-
needs to come.
There's a music box.
Famous Bob.
There's some chicken wire. There's a wheelbarrow that has its wheel detached, and then there's your bedroll, and then there's that sort of like carved doorway on the left with the sort of riddle above it and the little like quill insignia carved on it. That you've been
Riddle.
spending a lot of time like pondering and trying to solve. That's why you've set up your sort of bedroll there.
Oh, can I like bring that, or is that like a big heavy?
You could memorize it. You could do like a rubbing because it's a
Yeah,
question.
okay. I'll do the robbing.
Okay, you do a rubbing and it says once spoken, I am broken. You can write it down or you can just memorize it. It's up to you.
Okay. I can write it at the back of the thing. I take.
Yeah. Once spoken, I am broken.
Once spoken, I am broken.
Mm-hmm. When heard, I am gone.
When heard, I am gone.
Once exclaimed, I am maimed.
Exclaimed, I am maimed. How do you spell maimed?
I think it's M-A-M-E-D if I remember correctly.
M-A.
M-A-I.
Oh, M-A-I?
I think it might be
Yeah,
M-A-I-N.
Chuck an I in there just for good
I'll
measure.
just chuck it in. I can't.
Yeah. Sweet.
My spell check. Hey, see what I did?
Nice work. Cool. So you've got your stuff. You've bundled it up.
Yep.
What do you do now?
Yeah, I got the dock, right? I should add that. The dock.
So you can write down
To
sort of robotic duck music box.
I would just call it duck in boots.
What'd you call it?
Duck in boots.
Duck in boots. Like Puss in Boots.
How do they have robots in like the fantasy thing?
Well, that's an
It's a
interesting
fantasy
point.
thing, bro.
That's-
It is a definition of fantasy.
Well, we can talk about this later. Robotic dog.
Yeah, I don't want to make it a thing.
Wine. What was the music box?
Yeah, it's a music box.
And then music box. Okay, cool. Yeah, now when I got my shit, I leave because I feel like it's only a matter of time before they figure out that I was trying to fuck them over.
Okay, as you walk up the stairs and walk through, you see them still dragging the bodies into a corner, and you can see there's the dog that they were trying to rescue is still sort of. I can't remember whether they rescued it or not, but I get the feeling it's still.
They kept running up to
it's
pick
still
her
in
up,
its
and then
cage,
get
yeah.
clubbed in the face.
And they basically just pile all these bodies up, and you run out the door of the power station. Now we'll cut to Arnis's character, whose name I forget.
It's a disguised carrot farmer,
Oh,
but
before-
his code name is a milk steak.
nice.
Muscle.
So,
Muscle, but I
Muscle-
go by
muscle
milk
milk
steak in
steak.
the streets.
so what would you like to be known as when I
As a
speak?
milk steak.
You want to be called Milk Steak?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Milk Steak, you come to the edge of this forest that you have lived in as a
Yes.
druid your whole life. And you've been sent by the sentient tree that sort of rules over the forest to sort of like check in on the nearby town because they have been, sending a lot of unsavory commerce through the forest, and the tree is understandably quite upset. So you come to the edge of this forest, and you see down below you, there's like a path that leads from the forest down this sort of like slope, and it goes across a little river, and there's two sort of villages on either side, and they look very different from each other. The village closest to you is kind of like more primitive, and the village on the other side is much more sort of sophisticated and pretty, and the village closest to you, in fact the closest building to you, is kind of like a little weird generator looking thing with a bunch of livestock that used to be attached, or you assume from the harness, attached to this weird thing. And you know when you see those slaves like
Yeah.
pushing a wheel? And there's also a big bin filled with mechanical junk, and you see this little gnome run out of the doorway with a bundle of stuff under his arm. And that's what you see.
Well, I'll ignore the gnome because it's like kind of my half brother because I'm a halfling myself, so I just kind of sympathize with him.
Okay.
And I try to sneak in to the house behind it and try to free the animals.
Okay. Cool. You approach the animals and the building. You, Asgar, make a perception check.
Right. Perception.
Yeah.
+2. So it's 20. Ugh.
Nice.
So 22 in total,
Yeah.
but I rolled
Yeah.
a 20.
Yeah. You're a halfling, right?
Yeah.
You notice this halfling clad in mushrooms and leaves and twigs, sort of skulking down the from the forest and approaching the generator and trying to free the animals that are attached to it. What do you do?
Oof. Well, you know that little kip that I was in when the other guys came.
The skip, yeah.
Yeah. Skip. I'll go over there and just chuck my stuff in there for now, just so I can
Okay.
leave it there, so I don't have to.
Well, that's where he is, so you'll go quite close to him by doing that. You'll almost like cross paths.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
You
just
go
say
over
hello.
to the skip. You see the gnome that just ran out of the power station run towards you and head towards the bin as you're heading past him to go to the animals.
Well, in this case, I'm getting scared, even though he's really small, and I wanted to cast a spell.
Okay.
I wanted to turn into a cat.
Okay. What spell allows you to do that?
It's called a wild shape.
Oh yes, you can do that. Okay. Turn into a cat. You see Asgar, the little halfling walk past you, suddenly goes phew, and turns into a cat.
Well, I turn into a cat.
No, he does.
He does.
Right.
All right.
Cat.
Like Harry
A ginger
Potter shit.
cat.
Cool.
Let's be specific. If I would be a cat, I would be a ginger cat.
So,
Okay, so you're a cat.
do I have any knowledge of? So, for example, like, is he just like a cat now, or is he a?
I'm a cat now.
But can he like cast spells? Is it like? But you know what? Like, is he just a cat?
In wild shape at level 3 as a druid, you take on the characteristics of the cat. You still have your mental characteristics like wisdom and intelligence and charisma, but your other stats are replaced by the cat stats.
Right.
So
Okay.
he can't cast spells, but he can change out of that form.
Right. But if I would like kick him, then it would be kicking a cat. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
His HP, however much he has in
Yeah.
cat form, would then go down, and if if that runs out, then that damage carries over into his human form. Oh, sorry, halfling form.
Right. Well, I'm going to just assume that he's been smoking a lot of those mushrooms that grew out of his face, and ignore the fact that he's turned into a cat, and proceed to dump my stuff in the skip.
Okay, cool. You proceed to dump your stuff in the skip. You reach the power generation place
Yeah.
after walking past the gnome, but now you're a cat,
Yeah.
and you're without opposable thumbs. You're not sure how to free the animals.
No, I seen him throwing his stuff into the skip,
Uh-huh.
and I basically do the diversion. So run in a building, I run around it, and try to get in the skip behind him not seeing me.
So you run around and try to get into the skip.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're trying to, without him seeing you, make a
Yeah.
stealth check, please.
Which one is that?
You work at D20, and then you add whatever it says by stealth.
D20.
there.
Okay.
If you steal Bob, that oh, Jesus.
Ooh, that's a natural 20. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a critical success. So you're incredibly stealthy. Your passive perception would not pick him up. So you're in the skip, and he doesn't know you're there.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to you. You walk out of a pub
course.
that is slightly down the hill from this village that I just described. Remember I said there was like a primitive side of the village and there was a fancy side?
Yeah.
You're on the primitive side near the river, and you walk out of the pub and roll a d6, which is a regular dice for me.
This one.
Yeah.
No, the regular.
No, the regular looking dice.
Six-sided one.
All right, this one.
Mhm.
3.
3. You managed to pickpocket 3 gold pieces from the people inside that pub. So add 3 gold
Still
pieces
standard.
to your inventory. Your inventory is on
sorry?
like page like 2 or 3, and it'll just tell you like the chattels that you have. Oh, actually gold. So add 3 gold to the gold section. Oh, you were in the right section.
All right.
See, it's GP.
Leather rapier.
I'll show you.
Ooh, I got 30 gold. Shouldn't have said that out loud.
You left
G.
it in a
So
bag
add
by any chance?
3 to that, so you'll have 18.
No. The stuff that's in my bag is a music box and Bob, and you're not fucking touching Bob, or I'll hunt you
Cool.
down.
Cool. So you see before you the river. you see the bridge that bridges the river, and you see the little wooden plaque that has one half of a sword mounted to it with the writing that you've become familiar since you've been interloping in this village, and the rest of the village is before you. What would you like to do?
Steal a sword.
You would like to steal the sword?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You go,
Obviously.
you go up to the sword, and it says that. Wait, let me see. I feel like I wrote this down.
I've fallen into a trap here.
Oh yeah, it says the price of treachery written above it.
Okay, so I see that after I begin to steal it.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
Well, you haven't begun to steal it yet. You've just walked over. You've just read it. You can see that there are like iron. You know, like if you play croquet, you have those little like things. That you picture.
Yeah.
Imagine those, but like holding the sword onto the wood, or the half of the sword. It's like the hilt, and it says the price of treachery above it.
I still try to take the sword.
Okay, cool. So it's going to be pretty firmly affixed. So how do you give me a vague idea of how you remove these iron braces? Is that what they're called?
I use my thieves' tools
Okay.
to see if I can remove the iron braces.
Okay, so do a thieves' tools check for me, which is you roll a d20, and then you
What's
add
the d20? This one.
that thing. Then you add -1, and then you add your proficiency, which is +2. So you add 1 to whatever you roll.
18.
18.
Ooh,
19.
plus 1,
19.
yeah, so 19.
Okay.
Good roll.
So you successfully get this very thick piece of, it's like a mini crowbar is what you call it. And you get it under one of these metal braces and you click, pop it off with some amazing feat of strength. But you've still got one more of those things to remove. So roll another thieves' tools check for me.
12.
12, so 13.
13, okay. This other one feels like it's quite a bit tighter, but you also need to make a stealth check to see if anyone notices you. So roll again and then add stealth for me.
It's
Which
done.
is,
Stealth
this is
is-
kind of the middle of the day.
So,
But
yeah, stealth is +1.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought we were fighting in the middle of the night earlier.
Actually, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Let's say it's the middle of the night, and in order to get that sorted, sort that, and then I'll come back with food.
Cool.
Alright, sweet.
Right. Let's not fuck everything up until the adventure starts. We're still
You're gonna steal the sword.
This is still introduction. This.
Yeah.
This is the adventure, Joachim.
No, that's not how any of this works.
I might piss on the Bob.
I feel like I'm in an adventure.
I will
I feel like Sam Sick.
firebolt you. I will put you to sleep, and then I will acid splash you in the face, and
Look at this one.
poison spray you.
The thing that just happened was you rolled the stealth check. How much was it?
13.
Before that, did we decide whether it was
Oh, yeah.
night or day?
So
So was it after a fight
It
or?
was day, right? Because if it's all in the same timeline, you told me I'm in the middle of the day.
but because
Well, no, I said that based on just my own thing, but this is carrying on from a world in which Yuka's character
Alright.
already was.
Because remember, we snuck in. The point was we're going to do like a midnight kind of heist in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Then we were fighting, so
That's
I guess
true.
it's early hours if we were fighting for
It's
2 hours.
nighttime. Alright, so that'll make it a little bit easier for you. What did you roll?
13 in total.
13
I rolled a 12.
Okay.
Plus the 1.
So no one seems to have noticed you based on your like spidey sense.
Sweet.
But the second metal thing is proving to be tricky. You can try to remove it again, you can try a different approach. It's like it's really wedged in there. It's up to you what you would like to do. You've almost got it, it's like half out.
I spit on it.
You spit on it in the hopes of lubricating it?
Yeah.
Okay, roll another thieves tool, so you add 1.
Oh, to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Ah, 5.
Fine.
Fuck.
Okay, you spit on it. The extra
It usually works.
The extra lubrication causes you to like slip with your little mini crowbar, and you hit your forehead on the wooden like plaque, and it goes boom. You feel slightly silly.
Yeah.
You've got like the handle part is kind of free, It's just the first foot of the broken blade that's still wedged in there. The rogue.
Oh fuck!
ponders-
I've got oil here. I should have used the oil.
You could try it now.
Okay, let's try the oil instead.
Okay, that means you roll with advantage. So you roll twice and you take the higher.
Okay. Oh, that's a
Sweet.
3.
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. 8. Fuck.
8 plus 1 is 9. You manage to move it out a little bit more, but you find that having been drinking, you've lost some of the strength in your limbs that you would usually have.
I use my crowbar.
Okay, you throw the small crowbar away.
Fuck this shit.
You take out the big crowbar this time.
This sword is mine, bitch.
Roll another stealth
Swear to
check.
God.
Roll another stealth check for me because this is taking a while.
7. Fucking hell.
What's your stealth again? Plus 1 or something?
Mm.
Is that stealth really?
Mm?
What's stealth say next to it?
Plus 1.
Okay, so what you hear is an old lady sort of in the house a couple of houses down that says, Krampus! What's that? I don't know, it's just a noise. Go look at it! Go check it out! Oh, alright. And then you hear sort of like wooden boards creaking as someone goes to their window, and then those wooden shutters open, and they look out towards you. What do you do?
I hide like under the shutters so that like I'm underneath while they're looking out.
Okay.
So they can't see me.
Let's see what happens. They go, shut your face, it's nothing there. And then he walks back in and closes the shutters.
Sweat.
Back to crowbar.
Yeah.
Alright, now roll for your crowbar.
Swear to God, I need this song. 16, 17.
He goes, ping, and it comes loose.
Sweat.
You have, when you get a chance, write down half of a broken sword.
Where?
In your inventory, next to the money.
Cool.
Worth it!
Cool. So, we come back to you guys. You're in a skip watching a gnome throw his junk into it. He is unaware of your presence.
At the moment, I observe his actions.
Okay, gnome, after you've thrown your stuff into the skip, what do you do?
Right, so, because I try to help those idiots, I'm now in the shit, right? I feel like I don't really want to I can't really stay living here. I need to go somewhere else. What would I think my options would be? Like, what do I know about the world where I feel like, do I have like sibling in this town? Do I feel like I can find jobs in a different town?
Make a history check.
How does that work? Is that like a history there?
History,
Okay,
yeah.
There you go. 15 plus 2, 17.
Okay. The reason you stayed there in the first place is because as a tinkerer and a lover of like gadgets and scrap and stuff like
Robotic
that.
ducks.
Yeah. This was the perfect place for you to be because it had the skip with all the stuff that you've never seen before. That like doesn't even resemble anything you've encountered, like the duck. And secondly, there was that doorway that had this inscription that you just, as a tinkerer, you wanted to figure out how it works. You wanted to take it apart, but it's a carving, so you couldn't take it apart. So you feel the pull of that sort of like obsession a little bit. Your family, you haven't really been keeping in touch with them, but as a tinkerer, you just kind of go where the materials are.
Mm.
But if there's anything else I've forgotten about your character, let me know.
Does it feel like did it feel like I convinced them that everything is genuinely cool? I can go back to the orcs if I want to. Do I feel comfortable with that?
You
Based on
rolled it
your,
over 20.
you rolled a 20, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled really high. And
Yeah.
you remember that orcs are not smart.
No, that's
You
true.
are kind of like, he's the boss, but you kind of, as the smartest person in the group, you pretty much have run of the town, run of the
Right.
power plant.
So I kind of just picked up my shit, dumped it in the skip for no reason. Because I was like, I need to bolt, I need to leave, but I don't need to. All right.
You're constantly surprised by how dumb they are.
So and how silly I feel. So maybe you know what? I feel like I need to figure this carving thing in.
You see the gnome stand by the skip, pondering and looking up, and then looking at a piece of paper in his hand. Well, it's a Polaroid picture that you don't recognize.
Yeah.
It's a small piece of scroll that he reads the back of.
I
And
know.
he's shaking it in a reference that you don't understand.
Get really worried about the duck because I cannot recognize that it's a mechanical duck. Right? So I snatch the duck by its neck and I'm starting to run towards the river to save the duck from the evil halfling.
Okay, cool.
But,
This is
well,
gonna be,
I thought all that was in like some sort of bag or something.
yeah, it was in a bag. So we'll say.
How does he know about the duck?
You
You
say
saw a bag, bro. You don't know about
that's
the duck.
true. Your character wouldn't have known that it's there. So roll.
So it's not like a rucksack that like a bag. So it's like properly closed bag then.
Well, we didn't establish that.
Okay,
But let's,
I was
let's assume
saying
that it's
that.
a medium competent bag that has like a lid of some kind. So you still
Okay.
might recognize like the shape bulging out of the side of the fabric, but you're going to need a perception check to determine what shape that is.
with this the perception. Perception. +1. How do I know what kind of dice I need to roll?
It's always a d20 when I say the
D20,
word
okay.
check.
So this is 6.
6 plus.
Plus 1, so
Okay.
7.
You don't recognize that it's a duck. You think this guy has some oddly shaped stuff in his bag, and you don't think much more about it.
That's what she said.
In that case, I try to mark that bag as my territory and jump
Show
pee
dominance.
on it, yeah.
Okay, you
And-
pee on
and
the bag.
especially on a duck, and
Make-
try to jump off of the other side of
The
the
duck
skip.
that you don't know is there. Okay, so
Yeah.
make a sleight of hand check for me to pee stealthily. It's again, it'll be in that same list.
Still, okay. So it's 16 plus 2, 18.
You pee in this like soft fabricy part of the
Yeah.
bag, absorbs the sound like a charm. We'll cut back to you. You're reading the back of the Polaroid.
So, how am I going to figure that out?
You ask yourself or me?
Well, myself, but
You're looking at Sam.
You're the smartest person in town, Joe.
Well, definitely in that area of town. While you're thinking, let's cut back to you. You've got half a broken sword that you've just pried off of a plaque by a bridge.
Yeah.
You have a pocket full of newly acquired gold.
Yeah.
And you're in this town that you've just arrived in as sort of like a new mark. And you're thinking, oh, this is a fresh town full of rubes. What would you like to do? It's nighttime. The dead of
Which I
night.
see you speak.
I go to find a hole.
Okay? You look for a hole. Make a perception check for me.
Which one's perception?
Perception is written
it's
just there,
Alright.
sort of in the
near all
middle.
the other stuff. And you always roll the d20, the 20-sided one, for when it's a check or a saving throw roll.
+1 is perception.
Okay, cool. So add 1 to whatever you roll. No, you had the right one.
Alright, okay, cool. This one.
Yeah. Whoa.
20.
A natural 20.
No.
Oh, no,
No,
19.
with the-
Okay. Let me have a little looky-loo. Up the hill from where you are is a barracks. It looks like a sort of militia rather than a full-on military. And you notice that there are some women hanging around outside of it, sort of going in and out and carrying ale and stuff. And they have the look to you of, they have a whorish quality.
Okay, perfect. I'll go check them out.
Okay, cool. You go over to them and they say, oh, hello. Do you work here in the barracks?
I say yes. I'm a captain.
Make a deception check.
Deception.
So the D20 and just add deception to it.
+5 deception.
Ooh, here we go.
Sweet. Oh, 8. Fuck.
8
13.
plus 5 is 13. Okay, she says, oh, okay. I mean, you don't have much in the way of uniform. Have you just started? She's holding like 2 ales and sort of walking about to go back into the barracks.
No, I just got back from a mighty battle. My uniform's at the dry cleaners.
Okay, with your previous check, she says, all right, well, come on in. Let's see if we can get you another uniform. What do you do?
Actually, I'm still, reeling from that battle. I got a bit of a sore leg. I was looking to find, maybe I could, get a horse or something.
Or something.
Yeah, or someone.
Implies.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion is
Yeah.
+7.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see how this goes.
4.
Aw.
11.
Okay. Well, she says, well, I'm a bit busy at the moment, but the second floor, that's where we are. We're here inside the barracks all times. Just head up there and ask for Mary. I think she's free.
Okay. So I go and see Mary, and I tell her I've got.
You tell her you've got.
I negotiate with her, but while I negotiate with her, I try and work out where she keeps her stash of coins.
She says, 2 gold for the evening, 4 gold for the whole night. And then you try to negotiate her down to what?
2 for the night.
Make a persuasion check.
Cool.
6 plus 7, did you say?
Yeah, so 13.
He's like, okay, come on in. So
Cool.
you go into her room. Come back to you.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna go back. So I pick my shit back up to go back inside. Because I came out here for no fucking reason.
You pick it up, and you notice a wet patch on the side. And you notice... Actually, no, you don't notice anything.
To the
Yeah, I've
room
had a
and
lot of
just
shit
took-
rolls. I'm
then-
not happy with
then
this.
took a photo.
Well, you have done a really interesting job of weighting your character's stats. You're a thief rogue that has like the worst dexterity.
Yeah.
but you're really good at like talking, which really makes the character really interesting. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Like, yeah, again, it's pretty close.
You feel like it's close to your real life.
Yeah.
Not very nimble with your hands, but more of a talking person.
I'll get around it. You know what I mean?
All right.
Right, so I guess because I don't know that Aruna's just pissed on my shit, so I'm
Call
gonna.
me milksteak, please.
Oh yeah, I don't know
Where-
even that milk steak exists. But anyway, I'm just.
you've got a
probably-
urine-soaked bag.
Yeah, I probably assume that I put it in something in the
Yeah.
skip or
Because
whatever.
he's still hiding as far as
Yes.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'll just take it and I'll go back inside anyway.
Okay, you go back inside, back to your little den.
Yeah, to try and figure this shit out.
Okay. Do you have
Echo or
anything?
whatever it is.
Do you have anything you want to try, or are you just thinking at the moment?
Well, I feel like I need to go down and I feel like I need to have this kind of a little bit explained to me again because I kind of just semi-listened to that bit because I just thought it was part of the junk I got down there.
No, it's okay.
So I don't
You
quite
walk-
get what it is that I got
You
and
walk-
why I'm so obsessed by it.
Basically, you're obsessed because you don't know how it works, and as a tinkerer, you really want to know how things work. And it's like a mystery, a riddle.
Yeah.
And when you walk down the stairs to the basement, your workbench is kind of in front of you, and it's a long room, and all your junk is kind of all over the floor. And then to the left is this carving of, it looks like a doorway, and then there's like a quill piercing like a rectangle, and the stuff is written like above it, carved into the stone.
Okay, is the quill? It's like an actual quill. Can I take the quill?
No, this is all carved.
This is all carved.
It's
Okay,
carved,
okay.
And there's also, you see above you in the ceiling, you know that giant like stone on the floor above that sort of powers the power station?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
And it's got all that copper wire around it.
Mm.
You see the bottom of that stone sort of poking through your ceiling. But that's never really done anything as far as you've lived there.
Can I like connect something like junk to the the carving a bit from the stone.
You can
Like
certainly,
someone trying like I don't know power it up or whatever.
you can certainly try, yeah.
I try that then.
Okay, you connect. What do you use to connect it to?
I mean, surely there's whatever copper wire or whatever we use to connect the stone to other bits. Do I have any shit like that in my
You've got some coils of copper wire, sure.
bits? And
Yeah.
so just sort of wire it around and then I
Uh-huh.
guess wire it down to bits of the thing.
Off the carving,
Yeah.
and you sort of just like touch it.
Just
Okay,
wedge
cool.
it in.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
That sounds like I'm gonna get shocked. Where's Constitution?
It's in the top left. It's all the saving throws.
There you go. It's a -1, bro.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
A 1.
Critical 1.
I die.
Not quite. Roll the d20 again for me.
I'm still trying to work out how I ended up with -1 dexterity.
I roll another 3.
Sam, your fries are on the in the middle, yeah.
That's right. You can.
No, I'm good.
Someone
You-
sold the book
you have
of
them before they
D&D
get cold.
for it.
I roll a 3.
And you roll a 3. Sorry, I have a separate reference sheet I need to reference.
Oh man. I felt like I was onto something. Probably wasn't though.
Yeah, you were on to imminent death.
So what was it? 3?
I rolled a second one. I rolled was a 3. Well, is it another Constitution?
It's just a normal roll.
Oh yeah, it's a 3.
Okay. You suddenly feel anxious and nervous that you hadn't really tested this before you did it, and that feeling comes rushing into you, and you vomit, just as this like shockwave of energy knocks you onto your ass, and you take 1 damage.
How do I do the damage thing again? Where do I?
Damage just gets minus from your HP.
So current HP. All right. So I'll just update that then.
Yeah.
So that's how you die then. If that goes down to like 0, you're out of the game.
No, you're unconscious, and then from there you make what's called like death saving throws, and then
Okay.
from there we determine how you're doing.
So it's pretty hard to die. In the end.
It's hard, but it's definitely possible. Because
Yeah.
death saving throws can, if you get hit while you're down, you lose 2, and if you lose 3, then you're dead.
Yeah.
But then there are other things, so it really depends on how the game's going. Cool. So you see this bright light explode out from this carving, and you see the lines of the carving are illuminated white for a second.
Boosh.
And you get knocked down as if the energy hitting each other sort of contrasted in a way. You notice and hear like a big boom, and you feel the ground shake a little bit, and you feel the floorboards of the whore's chamber go,
Yeah.
and you feel them shake, and you hear a noise,
That's standard though.
and you feel it come from north of you, like pretty close. And for you, it's obviously even closer.
Yeah.
And you notice that although all the carved lines lit up, the light starts to like drain away from them, but the light stays on the words, and the light stays within the carved words for a couple more seconds before fading away.
Wait. Sorry. Again.
So there was a big burst of light,
Yeah.
and that light also sort of like trickled through these carvings.
Yeah.
And it illuminated everything, but then the light drained away from the bottom up, and the text stayed illuminated longest.
What's that mean?
Oh, we'll see. Cutting back to, what's your character's name again?
Rithmul.
Rithmul.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're in the whore's chamber. You've just negotiated a rate. She's closed
A
the door.
what?
A rate.
All right, cool.
Yeah. This one, please.
Yes,
But-
please, new one.
I'm still like eyeing up her.
Okay. Make a. Are you physically like poking around, or are you looking?
I'm still looking. I'm waiting for her to get distracted.
Okay, make a perception check. She seems to be sort of like fussing around, like pottering around, like getting her place in order.
Cool. Perception.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like
Plus
on
one,
that.
yeah.
Cool. Ooh,
15.
Okay.
16.
You notice one of the floorboards underneath her bed looks a little askew, like it's not parallel to all the other floorboards.
Yeah, cool. I make a note of that. I've got the rate down for the whole night, so my plan is to like wait until like she's asleep for a bit. So
Okay.
we fuck.
Okay. Are you hoping to impress her with your
I
dexterity?
don't give a shit about anything to do with her. I need her to be. It's a case of whether she's asleep or whether like she needs to be unconscious. I don't want her to be unconscious, but that's the way it's going to be if I get my sword. So, you know, ideally, I'd wait for her to go to sleep, I'd steal all the money, and I'd leave her penniless and sneak out into the night. But,
Okay.
you know...
You've begun the first overture of that performance. We shall cut back to Skip Man. How does Skip Man feel?
Skip Man. Skip Cat, yeah.
The carrot.
I feel like I'm in like a different film to you guys.
After I notice all that flash and shaking, I revert back to my normal form, and I rush to the house was next to me, and try to save. I guess it was donkeys that's spinning the
It was kind of a
wheel.
mixture of cows, horses, one donkey.
So I use my carrot blade to try to cut the ropes and free the animals.
Okay. You mark down that you used your wild shape because you get like a certain amount of uses per podcast. You already did that?
I'll do it now. Where is it? A wild shape, yeah.
Cool.
I'll just put a tick on it. What?
Did you say a tick? I thought you said put a dick on it. Like that would help you keep track. Okay, you managed to cut through the sort of, what are they called? Harnesses quite easily, and the animals look free. And a couple of them hang around, but another two, the horse and the cow, run off into the forest.
I try to use my druidic language to see if I can communicate. No, actually, I can use a spell that I can communicate with the animals as a druid, and I cast that, and I try to warn animals of dangers of living next to the
Power plant.
next to power plants and humans.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you go to your spell page, you'll be able to mark off one of your slots. I think it's a first level spell, maybe?
Yeah,
That's the spell page.
Yeah, animal, not.
Yeah, druids are different. Like they get access to a large range of things, but they can still only prepare like a limited number per day.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So you speak with animals to the donkey, the one remaining.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, who are you?"
I communicate with him. Not gonna be able to do the.
You said you were trying to warn him.
Yeah, I'm trying to warn him of that he's being used as a slave, and I try to warn him and run into the woods, basically.
You encourage him to run into the
Yeah.
woods. He says,
I try to convince him that it's way better to live surrounded by carrots in my
then
my
by
farm.
this harness. He says, "Okay," and then he runs off towards the forest. He seems like he didn't particularly enjoy the harness, so he ran pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You've successfully
Is
convinced
it still
him.
my turn, or?
Well, we're not really in turns, but if you have something else you would like to do.
And after I release the donkeys, I slowly trying to move to the main building
Okay.
that I can't recognize. Just
The one next to the skip.
no. So next to the skip was the
harness, but
donkeys.
next to the harness is a building.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Moving
Okay,
towards the
cool.
building, yeah.
Cut back to you, Asker.
Asker.
Yeah.
Right. So, is the copper wire and stuff? Is that still attached to this stuff?
Well, you weren't really able to
Attached to anything?
permanently affix it. You just touched it to the car,
I
so
see.
it just fell to the ground.
Ah, that's why. Okay, so it needs to be done more better. Do I have like any? Surely I must have like some gloves and stuff, like some sort of protective gear from electricity and stuff. If I'm used to handling the wire and this rock thing, because I'm assuming I'm the one who keeps things powered.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. I will say you've got one like gardening glove and one sort of like mitten.
A mitten,
Yes.
kitten mitten.
So they're sort of like mismatched.
one size fits all. All right, I'll take what I'll take that, and then see if I can try this again, but do it more better.
Okay. Roll a either Arcana or Intelligence.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. So instead of just having it attached and then trying to do it that way, if I take 2 copper wire bits, so one of them comes from this rock thing, and then one already attached to the thing, and then figure out a way to sort of have them touch, so it's sort of wiring while it's, it's just like,
Okay.
like the whole stealing a car.
Oh yeah. I see.
Doing it that way, so they're both already attached, but.
Okay. Cool.
Does that make sense?
So let's make a tinkering check, which will be
Tinkering
like
check.
dexterity plus proficiency. So whatever your dexterity is, what's that? Like plus something?
+1.
Okay, then proficiency is +2. So add 3 to whatever you roll.
3 to whatever I roll.
Yeah, we'll see how well this does.
A 10, so 13.
13, okay. You go up, you try to fashion this thing, and as you touch them together, a similar sort of like explosion happens. So roll a constitution saving throw for me.
So
that's a d20 and then you add constitution save.
oh yeah, Constitution was -1, wasn't it? Oh,
14.
14.
Okay, you manage to fortify yourself against the damage this time, so you only take 1 damage.
Oh, that was the same as last time.
Yeah, but this time you notice the light drains the similar sort of way from the bottom up, and then the light hangs around in the text for a while, and then the light drains down to just the words spoken, and then it sort of flickers and starts to like flicker a bit, and then it goes out.
Alright, so that didn't work either. Fuck's sake. I need to figure out this fucking riddle, don't I?
Let's cut to Rithmira. You all have like tricky names. She has fallen asleep based on your observations.
Cool. So I see this chance very softly, very nice, very classy. Let me have a look. I use my thieves' tools.
Oh, also, sorry, just before you continue, you hear another boom coming from the same direction, and the place rattles.
But she's still asleep, yeah?
Let's find out. Yes.
Cool. So I ignore that because I still got my plan. My thieves' tools, obviously those will probably help me get the floorboard up in a kind of stealthy way.
Mhm.
So I tried to do that.
Make a sleight of hand check for me, please, which is in that same sort of list.
+1.
Yeah, so roll and add 1.
Come on, baby. 17. Yes,
Like
18.
a thief in the night, quite literally. You slide the blade down the side and go, and then use your cloth to sort of like cushion the wooden board as it comes up, so it doesn't like make a lot of scraping.
Yeah.
And then you see a small pouch of coins. Make an investigation check. So that's in the same sort of list.
+2.
Okay, so roll on that too.
6.
Cool. So it's 7, 8. Okay, so you see this pouch of coins, and it looks fairly weighty. Looks like a mixture through the top of gold and silver. Looks, by your estimate, maybe like 10 of each.
Sweet.
So you can add 10 silver and 10 gold to your inventory.
Sweet. Probably all she had in the world.
It's such a like wistful statement. Probably all she had in the world. Oh well, gotta go.
All mine now. Right. So 10 silver and 10 gold.
That's it.
So I already got 18 gold. So that's 28 gold.
10 silver.
So what does a GB?
GP stands for gold pieces.
Okay,
SP stands for silver pieces.
So I've got 28 gold pieces now.
Are there any copper pieces too?
There are also
S-
listed there. Yeah.
SP.
You have 0, so now you have 10.
Now I have 10. And copper, how many?
You have 0.
Alright.
Cool. That's your situation. What do you do now?
So now I'm done, so I just leave. Like, I'm done.
You leave. I'll say Baton.
Oh, maybe that noise has got my curiosity now, so I'll go and investigate that now that I got a bit of coin
Okay.
in my
You go out of the building and you walk north towards the noise, and you see this sort of like fairly large building in the dim light. But I think you have dark vision, so you see it quite clearly in grayscale, and it seems to be where the sound was emanating from. And you also hear some brutish voices being like, "What's going on down there?" And you hear it through the wall, so more like, "What's going on down there?" And you see the boss called Moth stomps down the stairs, and he says, What is it? What do you keep blowing up? The first time I was like, oh, his old tricks. Second time, what is this?
I'm just trying to figure out how to optimize. I'm trying to throw in like techie words. Optimize the rock thing, basically. It's just that's kind of thing.
Make a, well, it's not technically false, so make a persuasion check.
I have a persuasion +4. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 15.
Yeah.
19 then.
19. He goes, oh, good. Yeah, we could use some more power. All right, keep it down in here. I mean, make more power. Focus on that, and then he leaves. All right, so you also get close to the building as you hear these orcish voices, and then you hear them walk back up steps and go, all right, he's just working on it. Don't worry about it. And you're both actually no, neither of you were really stealthy, so you see each other. You see a sort of like half, what are they called, tiefling walking towards the door of this power plant, and you see a halfling walk towards the door, and you're both, he's shorter than you, but you're both not tall. And yeah, you almost like come across each other. What happens?
We're looking at each other.
I'm not there, right?
No, I was talking to
It's just
The way you're looking is so suspicious.
I approach him and offer him to investigate what's going on,
Okay.
solve the mystery.
Okay. You see the halfling come up to you with an offer of mystery solving.
Cool.
How do you feel?
I figure I can agree and get him to lead, and if we run into danger, I can sell him off to whoever
Okay, cool.
we come across. So I agree, but kind of usher you to go first.
Okay. Do you agree to this alliance?
I agree with that, and
You hear the orcs sort of clustered in the far wall of this power plant, which is on the other side from where the stairs are.
Are
Yeah.
orcs friendly in this? It's
Well-
not like Lord of the Rings where they're outright enemies, right? Do they attack on sight? Or?
No. Well, from your understanding, they're just like any other race of people, except they're just stronger, not as smart, that sort of thing.
I didn't just bang an orc, right?
No, she was human. Yeah.
Just to
Cool.
be clear.
Just to be clear. What else?
Interspecies.
She was human.
Okay.
And you see that inside this power plant is a giant rock, coated in copper wire, and there's a bunch of like cages on the left where the orcs are hanging out, and a bunch of like corpses. And then there's a staircase behind the rock that you see the banisters of it have like been shattered in a way, and they're sort of like look like they've been recently exploded. What do you do?
what do we do? As a halfling from the forest, I don't really understand the modern technology, so I'll probably run next to the cages where the orcs hang out, to having him behind my back, protecting me. I kick orc in the foot and I ask like, what's going on?
Nice, man. Really nice.
Out of all things,
Yeah.
there's so many options.
Alright.
Keep in mind, I'm from the forest and I don't have any
Brains.
No, I don't have any. How do you call
Concept
a
of
castes? Like, you know, he's above what? I'm just, for me, everyone is equal.
Yeah.
Okay. You kick him in the foot and he turns around and says, "What in the? Who the fuck are you? Why are you in here?"
At first, he doesn't notice me, I guess, because I'm so short.
Well,
so
yeah, there's
first
a
thing he
moment.
sees Rob.
Yeah.
Well, he's sort of directing this at both of you, but he
Okay.
wouldn't have noticed that you were short
Yeah.
if you didn't kick him in the foot.
yeah.
He knows exactly where to look. And he looks at both of you and says, "What the f are you doing in here?"
Rob.
I just say, halflings for sale.
Make a persuasion check. That's what you actually say.
Persuasion, I'm +7.
Okay, let's go.
18.
Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay, before we get to that, are you hoping to?
I'm basically open to ruse him into, like,
Got it.
yeah.
You roll an insight check before I do the results of this. Insight is in the same thing area. It should be down there somewhere.
Yeah, it's just there +1.
Cool.
4
Right.
plus 5.
Okay, you're not sure
If-
what this guy that you've recently allied yourself with is up
I
to.
feel like he's selling me down the
But you're
river.
concerned, you're worried about the situation that you've got yourself into, and you wish that you understood better.
Yeah.
He says, oh, okay. I mean, I've got all the livestock I need. Do you think he could pull a generator?
Keep in mind the generator is broken at the moment, no?
He hasn't been outside yet.
Oh.
This is the middle of the night. Like the animals were just standing there. They weren't actually turning.
I say, yeah, I've got the specs of the halfling right here in my satchel, and then I pull out my dagger and stab him with it.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing.
I hope you're happy.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Fucking hobbits. Like, this is what we've had to do. I'm assuming that this orc would have killed me. It was him or me, man.
Okay. All right. Okay.
He's like, doesn't know. Was I meant to do that?
No. That's great. Roll. I'm gonna say he's not expecting it, so I'm gonna say you can roll with advantage. So roll twice,
Yeah.
and we'll take the higher. 19. That's gonna be pretty good. Roll again. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. All right. So you definitely hit. So now, what's your dagger? Is that your dagger down there? You only have unarmed strike. Your dagger is.
I've got a dagger somewhere.
Yeah, it's just not equipped for some reason.
Oh.
But we can deal with that. It is equipped. It's just not written on your sheet.
Oh, right.
So now we're
So
going
I
to
write
get you
dagger.
to. Is that the only weapon that you possess?
Well, I got that sword, but I don't know the HP on that.
What do you mean?
The
Well, I
damage.
don't know how the
What kind of
damage.
sword it is? I know what the damage is.
Can I use that because it's good for
Yeah,
the
you
story?
can use the sword. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's good for the
It is though. Like
Yeah,
I
but
stole
what
it
sword
earlier.
is it?
The half-broken sword. That's all I
Oh,
know.
that one. Okay, cool. Let's try that.
Yeah, see, it's good for the story.
Yeah, sorry. Now I understand. All right. So you will be rolling a. Goodness me.
I probably deceived that orc as well. Like the words about
Roll a
the thing.
D8. So that's the sort of weird 8-sided one.
This one.
Let me see. That looks like it. Cool.
Yeah.
Roll that. So that's a 6. Plus your dexterity, which is minus
5.
1. Plus your proficiency, which is 2. So it's plus 1. So that's 7 damage.
Oh,
Okay.
close.
But now it's a sneak attack because he wasn't expecting it, and you've got an ally beside you. So
But
now
are they still injured? 'Cause they literally just fought the other guys.
they
right?
are. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So roll 2d6 for him. No, D6. It's just a
Alright.
normal dice looking one.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so roll that. 5, now roll it again. 3, so that's 8. So 8 plus 7 is 15. You do 15 damage to him. You stab him with the broken
Sweet.
half of this sword, and it digs into sort of like his, like, I don't know, the side area of his
Kidneys.
stomach. Yeah, the kidneys. And he looks suddenly on death's door. And he goes, "Ugh," and now you need to roll initiative.
I do.
Who does?
You can all roll. Everyone roll initiative, but only you two are currently involved at the moment.
So it doesn't really matter if I roll, right?
No, you can roll it, but we'll just you'll be doing your shit.
Is it the
I
20?
got 16.
No,
It's
2.
the 20, yeah.
17.
So
Okay, so everybody keep that initiative.
Oh, plus.
Is there?
Oh yeah, so 16 plus
Okay,
2, so it's 18.
so everybody
Yeah.
memorize their number, and I'm going to ask it for in ranges.
-1.
So anyone 20 to 15, or 20 to 25, let's say. No, 20 to 15.
18.
18. Okay. 15 to 10.
Oh no, sorry, I was 18.
Yeah.
Oh, you're both 18.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
we're both
So
18.
who has the higher dexterity out of you two?
Peter, so I got 12.
Plus 2 out of 14.
Okay. Let me just do this. There. Your character's name is the Carrot Man. What is that?
Milk
well,
steak.
Oh, milk steak, that's
yeah, nickname is Milk Steak. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then your second Asger, A-S-G-E-R,
Yes.
and then
I'm 1.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 and a -1.
Nice. And then Rhythmul.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You're so stunned by what you just did. That
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
like, what the fuck? How did that work?
Look, I mean, if I saw an orc in like a video game, I'd kill that fuck. I spent like half my days playing Shadow of Mordor. Like, they don't fuck around if they see you.
Okay. Ready? First up is Milk Steak.
After I seen what's the name character?
Rithmul.
Riffmore.
Rithmore, yeah.
That in cold blood stabbed that orc.
Yeah.
You know, since we are together, I kind of jump on the orc since I'm quite small. So jump on the, hold his face down into the mud so he doesn't scream, and slowly slit his wrist.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see how much of that you actually accomplish. So you need to make
Joke his face.
make an athletics check. So athletics is
-1.
-1. So you need to roll a d20 for me. Make an athletics check.
18.
18,
17.
17, and it's going to be against his strength.
Is this not normal? This is like...
And you beat him.
Yes! Yeah! High five!
How does any of this work?
High five, come on. Yeah.
You leap
Fuck
onto
you.
him with sort of like rabid
Yeah.
animal strength, but this is just to sort of restrain him. So you knock him to the ground, and you're currently restraining him.
Yeah.
You can't take another action like cutting his throat at this
Yeah.
point, but you're currently restrained him on the ground. So it's called he's grappled, which means that his speed is 0, so he can't move or benefit from bonuses to his speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated, or if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler, so he can't move. So that's lovely. Do you have any bonus actions? Would you like to say anything? Do you want to move your movement?
I just whisper in his ear, saying just.
Okay. Next up is inside you. Next up is Askip.
Right. Have I heard any
You
of this?
hear substantial shuffling, and then the conversation take place, and then a stabbing, and then you hear the floorboards above you go.
I feel like that's sort of normal where I live, right? It's not.
Let's roll an insight check, and we'll see.
18 plus 2, 20.
Usually it would be normal, but the high-pitched voices seem a bit out of the ordinary. You can still decide what you do about it, but you note that the situation is not normal.
Right. Well, I get my robotic duck and I head upstairs to have a look.
Okay?
Did you
Robotic
take your
duck in
rucksack
hand.
with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought it back from the
Right.
bin. Okay, holding your robotic duck, you make it to the top of the stairs, and you see a tiny halfling restraining your boss on the ground, and you see a sort of half-demon-looking tiefling holding a sword that's broken, covered in blood. You recognize the sword, because you've been in this town for a while, as the sword from this side of the bridge mounted to the wooden board.
I feel like I remember this when we went to the pub last time I played.
That there was a sword there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So both you and your character remember.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Like
Cool.
stereo memory.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you still have an action. You've used your move. Well, let's say you've used your movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? Anything else?
Are there any other orcs around?
There is another one orc sort of like standing with the bodies that was helping him drag the bodies from before, and he's about to react.
Right.
He looks like he's about to run towards the situation.
So I guess I just go. What?
Okay, you are perplexed.
Yes.
All right, is that the end of
Because
your
I don't
turn?
understand what the hell is going on.
Yeah, you are definitely perplexed. You can make a check with your perplexation if you would like.
Yes. Yes. Let me check
What would
my.
you like to check? What specific thing? Whether you understand the situation?
Yeah. Like I guess I need to try and gauge if. I don't know how that will work, but do I feel like they're going to jump on me too?
Oh, and that
Kind
would
of
be
thing.
insight. Do an insight check for me.
Insight plus 2. 19 to 21.
You get the sense that they had not planned this attack. It seems very much like when you see dogs fighting in the street. It feels very spur of the moment.
Don't I recognize him though?
No, he was hidden. Oh no, yeah, you recognize
I
him. You recognize him from the guy that turned
Yeah.
into a cat, yeah. The cat guy.
But I don't know if he pissed on my shit, so I don't
No.
really.
You're not pissed at him.
Hey!
Nice.
Well, I feel like I would like to join in fighting, but it makes no sense for me to do that. You know what? Fuck all that. I'm kind of sick of these orcs anyway, a little bit, because I felt like I wanted to have killed them last time I fought them.
yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna jump on this opportunity to fuck them up.
Okay. You go towards the fight, or you...
Yeah.
Okay. You make the rest of your movement towards it, and it's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Next up is the orc's turn. The orc is going to try and get out of this crackle,
Stupid.
which was... so you guys need to roll another... You need to roll... No, not just the guy, unless you're holding him down. No, it's just him. So roll an athletics check for me.
10.
Okay. He rolled a 16. He throws you off, and he says, "This is ridiculous." He uses half of his movement to get up, and then he says, "Here, ook," and he points to the guy walking towards you guys. "Get them!" And then that guy walks over to you with the bloody sword and rolls his attack. He is going to roll a... That's an 18. Does that hit your armor class? Yes, I think it does. That is going to be one of these bad boys. That's 5 damage.
I'm guessing persuasion's out the question now.
Well, it's not your turn yet, but you can try and persuade him afterwards. So minus 5 from your HP.
Minus 5 for my HP.
Yes.
What, you have 10 HP?
No, that's not right. He mustn't have updated his sheet. Okay, cool. So let's just put down your minus 5 HP until we figure it out, and then we'll move on while you check what your actual HP is.
Okay.
Because maybe it is that. Okay, next up is Rhythmal. Okay, you need to check now. Because it's also your turn.
Alright, I'm checking.
It'll just say on like the main character sheet page.
Is there an app? Or is it just a website?
There is, but it doesn't show you character sheet. You have to go into the web version of the
right.
site. Yeah.
So it sucks.
No, my HP's 24.
Okay, so write down
Whoa, you got
24.
a fuck ton. I got 13.
Yeah, it's because I put a lot into like Constitution, I think.
Right, well,
Yeah.
a good thing that you're not
Yeah.
almost dead.
What is it? Yeah, 24. Okay, so minus 5 from that.
So I'm 19.
Yeah, cool. All right, now it's your turn. What would you like to do? You've just been attacked with a great axe,
Um.
and the guy that you just stabbed is still bleeding in front of you.
So, but he's been held, right? So I
Well,
don't
he
have
just,
to worry.
he
No,
just,
no,
he
he
just
just
got out.
thrown
He
me.
just
So
got
there's
out.
2 of them.
Yeah. The other guy was in the back of the building, so you didn't immediately register it.
Okay. I mean, let me just check what I got going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got fuck all in my bag as well.
I always try to convince him something.
Cool. I throw a dagger at him.
Okay. Roll it.
Aren't you
20.
But he's standing close enough to
is
stab
he
you with an
standing?
axe, though.
Yeah, you could just stab him. You don't have to throw it. They're,
Alright,
they're both
okay.
like right up in your
Alright.
grill.
I'm gonna go for his neck with my dagger.
Okay. Roll with your sword or with your dagger?
With my dagger. No, I
Okay.
haven't got a sword actually. I've got.
You're
hang
still
on.
holding.
I've got a rapier.
Okay.
You're holding your the other sword as well.
Yeah, the half broken. broken half sword.
You can change swords if you want.
Oh, that's an extra move though, is it?
No, it's not. You can still attack, but it seems
Yeah, I'll stick
you
with
need a
that.
reason for it.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. I
yeah.
try and
Like the variety, you know?
Roll
Yeah.
a d20 and add 1.
D20's this.
No, that's the
Oh.
biggest one is the d20, yeah.
8, 9.
So which one are you trying to attack?
The one who's coming at me with an axe.
Okay.
It's going south fast.
With that, you reach forward, and it doesn't go quite as well as before because it just sort of glances off of his armor. You didn't do quite as well this time as the previous time. So that's your action. You can look here at the rest of the things that you can do. You can do a bonus action. You can do a movement. You can interact with an object or thing in the world. You can speak.
What's help? Does that people help me or I help someone else?
Well, in order to do the help action, you would have to help someone else.
Alright, okay, cool.
Someone else can help you if they want to. But that would take your action, which you've just used to fail to attack that person.
I'll cast a spell.
Sorry. What I'm trying to say is...
What's this?
These things you've already done. Because
okay.
you just did a melee attack. Can you tell me where that is? You just did this.
Yeah.
So that means you've got to move on to this section
Oh,
to
right,
see if
okay.
you can do any of these things. You're basically left with speak to someone, interact with an object, or a bonus action, but I don't know if you have a
Okay.
bonus action.
I try and tell that orc that attacked me with the axe that the first one tried to rape my halfling.
Okay. That's a deception check, so roll a deception check.
I got +5 deception.
Yeah, so roll a d20.
It's already in there.
No, the
Alright,
most
yeah.
sided one. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. 12.
With
That's
5.
So
17.
17.
So we'll see how much.
So weird.
Oh, okay. This guy just sort of, he's not clever, but he takes a good 3 seconds and goes, nah, that's not his type. And then he looks like he's going to stab you again. So we're going to move on. That's the end of your turn, unless you would like to move. As a rogue, you can disengage, which means you can move away from a bad guy without incurring an attack of opportunity as they swipe at you.
Alright.
Because you're cunning. So you could use your bonus action to disengage and sort of take a couple of steps away from the fight. Those are the only things you've got left that you could do.
I leave him with 2 orcs then, or don't I?
Well, yeah, so it's up to you. You can stay where you are and you'll still be in the battle. I'm just telling you the things that you can do.
Alright, so I don't like run away, I'm like just behind.
Just
I'm-
Yeah,
jump a couple of
you're
steps.
still
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
room.
Alright, cool,
Do you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
do
I'll
that?
do that, yeah.
You do that. We're going next to milk steak. What would you like to do?
As I stand up from just being thrown on the floor,
That takes half your movement, so you've got 12 feet left of movement.
12 feet.
Because you've got 25 feet.
Yeah.
normally. Yeah.
Um,
12.5.
how do you know how other
How
things consume like things of
Oh.
movement?
Basically, that's just a thing you need to know. I think in movement it says getting up takes half of your movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's just meant to reflect real life.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're lying on the ground, it
Yeah.
takes a good few seconds
Yeah.
to get up.
So
Never mind.
What's that?
I was just going to ask, these are fixed now, aren't they, for like the whole
Until
game?
you level up.
Alright, okay, so when I level up I can tweak these, because I think I fucked up on some of them.
On certain levels you can change them. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
What's that?
So once I stood up, I see my companion being attacked, and I turn myself into a grizzly bear
Okay, nice.
and try to intimidate the orcs by being, like. "Roar."
Okay, make an intimidation check with advantage because you just turned into a bear.
How do I
So
do?
you just roll twice, yeah, and take the higher number.
So 15. And
16, so add your intimidation.
Intimidation. But as a bear, should I have different one? It's +2, so it's 18.
I think intimidation comes from a stat that you keep. So 18 in total?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see them go, "What? Huh?" And they take a good 5 or 10 feet back from the situation. So you are no longer within their melee range, and you're even farther away from them. And they just sort of start backing away. They're still like holding their weapons, but they just back away a little bit. Would you like to do anything else?
Myself, if I have a movement, now just continue intimidating them.
Okay. Next up is Askley.
Right. So how wounded are they?
One of them looks like close to death. The other one looks kind of bloodied.
Is one of them Moth?
Yeah, the one that's almost dead is Moth, yeah.
'Cause he's the boss. So
Yeah.
if you fuck him up, maybe the other guy will be like, whoa, all right, guys, fuck off. You know, maybe him. Right. I'll shoot a fireball at him.
An actual fireball or a firebolt?
Firebolt.
Okay, now tell me what happens when that happens.
You hurl a mote of fire at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage.
You're a sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so add your... What's your charisma?
15.
So
I
plus
got
two?
+2.
So
yeah.
plus 2 is 4. So roll the d20 and add 4. And then we'll see if you hit.
7 + 4.
7 plus 4 is 11. Okay, and you're aiming for the boss, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The fire just sails past him and he sort of looks over and goes, "What? You? What is this?" And he looks very confused and he's sort of clutching his abdominals as they are bleeding out. So you missed basically. But if you go to your spell page, then you'll see what it means by, on the big page, you'll see what it means by ranged spell attack. So keep going to the next one, and it should give you all your stats at the top, next page, so the last page basically.
Oh.
And at the top right, you'll see those different modifiers. What does it say next to, top right of that page? Yeah.
Oh,
Does it say spell attack bonus? What's that?
+4.
+4, okay, so we calculated it correctly. Awesome. So that just means when you do a ranged spell attack, you roll a d20 and add 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I did that very poorly.
Yeah.
But I can still say something, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'll go. Oh, sorry. I meant the bear because they're backing away from the bear, right?
That's okay.
As if I was trying to shoot
Make
him.
a deception check. This relationship is hanging on by a thread.
I keep like, oh no.
Jesus. Just
17.
17 plus, what's your deception?
4. So 21.
Whoa, he says, "Oh, yeah, it's big, isn't it? Quick, help me." And he turns, and it's now his turn. So he's going to fortify himself and run at the bear,
It's not the smartest one.
because he's actually, you need bear stats.
The only time I roll well is when I'm trying to convince him that I wasn't trying to attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Time and time again.
Should I check him?
Okay, I'm going to forward this to you, and then you've got to basically scroll down and look at the stats for
Yeah.
the bear. Did I call it base? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, because you got to tell me what armor class this bear has because this guy's about to try and attack you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actions.
Oh, goodness me. Okay, so he gets a natural 20 on the first one and
Oh, shit.
20 on the second one, so I'm pretty sure that hits. So the first one's going to be... $30.
30.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at?
Basically, his armor class is...
we
Well, we don't
11.
need that anymore, but what's his HP?
34.
How is my
34.
online
So
one
you're on
different?
4 HP now.
Whoa.
Because he comes at you and just strikes you twice, and the first one seems to be a particularly good one, because he rolled a natural 20, which is like a critical hit.
So current one is 4.
Yeah, cool. And then he sort of goes, "Why won't you die?" And then he turns to his friend and says, "Come on!" And then it is that guy's turn, and the friend looks a little bit more nervous, so he's going to go for the tiefling over here. And he misses. Just slashes right over your head. He expected the tiefling to be taller, but he wasn't. And then he says, you got the bear, I'll be over here. Yeah, totally. And now it's Rithmal's turn.
Cool, so he's just missed me.
Yeah, swung right over your head.
Cool. So I use my rope to strangle him to death.
Okay.
Who? This is an orc, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
I'm gonna say.
Why is this sort of such a controversial?
Brilliant.
To kill the orcs, man.
This is just
one
straight
of-
up strangling.
You go,
Love it.
You go to such dark places.
I'm gonna say this is an athletics check. Okay, make an athletics check for me. So it'll say in the top of that little box, athletics. What is athletics?
Just neutral.
Okay, so roll d20 and see how you go. 11. Okay, you bundle up this rope and you leap at this guy and you misjudge the height of him and you just slam into his chest and just sort of fall on the ground. you misjudged your attempt to attack him. You can still do a movement, interact with an object, speak, do something, but you're struggling to connect with a violent strike. It did look quite funny though. It's like when Wile E. Coyote slams into a wall and then slides down
All right, I tried to negotiate a truce.
with the guy that you just tried to attack.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll a. How are you trying to negotiate this truce?
With money, I try and offer him the 10 silver I got from the whorehouse, but I keep the gold for myself.
Okay. Do you say anything, or you just go, eh?
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
I say, look, it's gone on long enough. Truce.
Okay. Roll a d20 twice and take the lower of the two.
Okay.
15, good one. 18, so 15. And what's your persuasion?
Persuasion's +7.
+7. he looks at the money. His hand moves a little. He looks at the bear and his boss. He looks at you, the corpses, and then he grabs the money and just legs it out the door. So as he runs past you, so you get an attack of opportunity if you want to strike him as he walks
Hang on a
past.
minute, I've lost my 10 silver.
Yes, so minus 10 silver. Do you want to attack him or are you going to let him go? You just get to do a standard attack, whatever it is.
No, I have
Be like a swipe or claw.
I have multi-attack. A bear makes the 2 attacks. One is by
On your turn.
On your regular turn, you do,
okay.
but as an attack of opportunity, you choose one of those things, like a bite or a claw, and just do that. So it says +5 or +4 or whatever.
I'll ignore him. I'll let him run.
Okay.
I'm not gonna attack him.
He runs
I've
out.
got a bigger orc to fry.
Next up is Milksteak, I believe.
Using my keen smell, already can smell that orc already sold himself, and I use my multi-attack on that orc.
Nice. Okay, go for it. Roll how many attacks is it?
It's 2 attacks.
Okay, so what does it say to hit? It'll say +5 or +4.
It says +5 and +5.
Okay, so add 5 after you roll a d20 and we'll see if it hits.
14.
So that's 19, that hits. Now roll again. That's a critical
Natural
hit.
20.
Okay, so that's double damage. So we'll do the first one. What does it say, 1d8
He did,
or
yeah.
1d10 or something?
1d8 plus 4.
Got in the end.
Okay, so roll the d8.
Surely he must be dead. If he's almost dead
The
already.
d8 is kind of the...
Is this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Need to roll
Yeah,
damage
that's
too.
it, yeah. Okay, so that's 6 plus 4 is 10. Now you roll it again, the d8.
And the next one is 2d6.
Oh, so you take that thing instead?
This one.
Yeah, now roll it again. Okay, so 5, 6, 7 is 14 plus
4.
14 plus 4 is 18 plus 10 is 28. 28 damage to him. So you basically
Slice
go
in
into
half.
an animalistic rage, and he's basically your eyes go red, and when you come back to reality, he's just like pieces of flesh on the ground, and you're out of combat now.
Is he
He's
dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
well and truly. All right, so you've seen a bear rip orc to shreds.
And I'll stand there with my duck.
Yeah.
Like, hey you guys.
Cool. And you're all in the same room. What do you do?
I say, what the fuck? What are you doing here? What's up?
The gnome next to the staircase says, "What the fuck? What are you doing here? What's up?"
Just trying to solve mysteries, man.
Yeah, what's it look like we're doing?
It looks like I just killed my boss. Ooh, I.
Moved on from that real quick.
Are there? Do I know of like treasures that he had? Because surely, as the boss, he would have had something I always wanted that he never let me have. Right?
Well, let's see. You can make an investigation check.
I don't give a shit about money and stuff. I just want like tools. I need my tools.
These are my tools. I need them.
Got them at 10 plus 2, 12.
12. Okay. With the 12, you remember there's a puppy in the cage next to the fire pit. There's a bunch of bedrolls, and there's also the giant glowing stone with all the copper wire around it. And then beside the glowing stone with all the copper wire around it is this sort of like steel brush that sort of brushes against the stone and the wires. And they're all kind of like desirable, useful items, but they've always been too big for you to steal because they're built into this power station.
Yeah.
So you think that it would be worth harvesting and experimenting with the stone and the brush and the wires, but it's the kind of thing that would take you a while to like investigate. Like as you just discovered downstairs, there's a lot of energy in there, you just don't understand it.
Well, I'll let the dog out then from the cage.
Okay.
Just to, in honor of their brave attempt to set her free.
Okay, you let the dog out. It's called Patches.
Patches.
And, I don't know, there's my default. And do you say anything to the dog? Do you just stand there and watch it move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodbye, Patches.
The dog runs north and straight into the wall and then sort of like feels like it's cornered and starts skulking around the edge of the wall. Slightly traumatized, it's like tracing the edges of the building and just sort of like looking nervously around.
Alright, cool.
But it seems to be doing normal dog things. Cool. That's the situation that you're in.
Yeah. So then I just ask this lot, what do you want?
While I wipe blood off my bare skin.
Oh yeah, can he talk?
He cannot?
Yeah.
Well, he can't
There,
speak
right?
English, no.
Yeah.
Or however bears sound, I don't know.
Sorry, he can't speak common.
No, I revert back to my normal form after I killed the guy.
Cool. Have you
And I
wiped off-
slowly wipe the blood off my face.
Nice.
Does
see
he
there's like-
retain? Does he get his? Is he still close to death injured now? When he
No,
comes
no,
back
because the animal form has a separate health bar to the person.
Oh, sweet. So he's back to
Oh, so it was
normal
temp-
health when he returns to.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
ignore the health. And
Yeah, so that
he's
was
still
temporary
normal.
health.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So it's
That's
back.
good to know.
Yeah.
So I just wiped the blood off me, and I just observed the room. I never met this guy before. Well, I observed him throwing a rucksack
You
in.
pissed in my shit.
Yeah, I pissed in your bag, man.
Is that what you say?
Yeah, I just tell him that I pissed on his bag.
Okay. You
Why?
Just for no reason.
I really don't know what to say to that. I say that.
You say you don't know what to say to that?
Yeah, I don't really know how to respond to this. What is going on?
You notice as you walked up the stairs from the basement that the banisters of the staircase have been like shattered and broken, presumably from the like white light exploding from your experiments.
I am my experiments.
You just noticed that.
There were 3 orcs last time we fought.
One of them isn't here.
Right. Well, there are potentially more of them, and the guy who just ran off is probably getting help of some sort. So this probably isn't over yet. I feel like I don't want to leave now, though. I feel like we should. This is ours now, right? Oh, I close the doors then,
Okay.
and
Close the doors.
lock it up.
They're
And
pretty big doors, and you see that there's a big piece of wood that you could use to like barricade it with if you wanted to.
Are there any other entrances / exits?
There are not.
So if there is like an army outside, we're probably fucked then. I mean army, but if there's like 10 dudes,
There's
we
no
can-
exits that you know of,
Right.
other than that one.
I feel like I need to know. We need to have an exit strategy if they come back.
You see the gnome, with his tiny stature, handle this huge wooden beam and close it behind the closed doors and start making preparations.
I say, hang on a minute, we haven't agreed that we're going to barricade ourselves in here. Who put you in charge?
I live here. Well, I'm happy for you to fuck off, but I'm closing the door. Also, please don't fuck off though, because I can't fight.
My fireball went awry.
I suggest that that we go somewhere. That we leave that place ASAP before the other orc comes back, and we travel somewhere else where
Okay. You guys have opposing
it'll
strategies.
be less orky.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thing is though, I have this thing I'm doing in the basement, and I feel like I'm close to cracking whatever mysteries. So I don't really want to leave.
Well, we're kind of mystery experts. we can help you solve
All right, let's
the mystery. I'll get my rope. Let's solve the mystery together.
All right, yeah. Let's solve this mystery real quick, and then we leave, because there might be more. Are there loads of orcs? Or do I know they have a bunch of friends, or is it like the three of them that lives
Well,
there?
they're the only ones that like run the power station. There are other orcs in that part of town. There's orcs, humans, but those are the only ones that run the power station.
Right. He might. The other dude. Do I know where the other dude went at all? The one that hasn't been around.
No, you haven't seen him.
Cool. So if the door's closed, he might just be cranky about not being let in. And the other guy, he'd probably fucked off though. He probably assumed the boss is dead by the bear. So he fucks off with the cash.
Yeah, he's got cash.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. Probably not. Because if he comes back and saves the day, he's still the one who abandons the boss. So I don't think he's coming back. It's just the other dude, and he's going to be cranky, but he's not going to know. Alright, that's cool. We got a little bit of time. Let's try to solve this mystery thing. You guys look like you know how to...
Well, not really. I just checked my stats, but I think what I could probably do is stand by the door if someone does come, because my persuasion's super high.
Cool, but yeah, you're clever as shit too. You don't know tech shit, but maybe you know riddles and stuff, being, country folk.
Maybe country folk.
I don't know, my intelligence is +4 as well.
Okay, let me just clarify something about how D&D works. Your ability to solve riddles is not necessarily restricted by your character's stat.
It's based on your intelligence, not your character's intelligence.
I don't.
So trust me, you do not have +4 intelligence with regards to this riddle.
Well, I do a quick recap of the shit I've been doing. I mean, they know because they've been sitting in the same room.
Oh,
so
you
you know
know
what I've been doing with the riddle.
Okay,
Yeah.
basically you see the thing you guys go downstairs?
Yeah, we already established they're probably not going to come back. So
Okay, you go
we
downstairs. You see the bedroll, you see the work table, you see the part of the rock jutting through the ceiling, and you see a carved rectangle with a quill piercing through a rectangle, a small one, like it looks like a page, like a piece of paper. And above that is the words in common. Once spoken, I am broken. When heard, I am gone. Once exclaimed, I am maimed.
It's a promise, isn't it?
You aren't sure?
Promise.
You...
I don't know.
Or a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's been heard, then it's no longer a secret. Spoken,
Yeah.
then you have broken your promise to right? Or
Yeah.
promise or a secret, something like
It's
that.
something
What we
like
do
that.
with that information?
How does that help us at all? Because the thing, it started. Do you need to say it when the thing is being lit
Well,
up?
there's a quill, right? So you probably have to write it. I think you take the quill
Yeah.
and you write the word on the piece
But
of
the
paper.
quill is
Quill is,
engraved.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Can we engrave something in there though? Can we? Are we gonna carve in the shit? Is that what we would do?
I run up upstairs, grab some blood of that orc, and try to fill the gaps with the blood.
Fill the gaps of the words?
Yeah,
Okay.
with the orc chief blood. Just
Okay.
as I'm primalistic and I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. See what happens. Fuck it.
Okay, you smear some blood on the
Getting weirder.
on the engravings, and
Why
what
don't you
happens
piss
is
on it too?
the blood gathers in the crevices as you would expect, except across the word spoken, which seems to like resist the blood.
Yeah, so it is something unique. Yeah, because spoken was flickering and doing weird shit when it was lit up as well. So I'm guessing we
Spoken
need to
secret. Spoken.
or that we need to say when it. Yeah, something that maybe it's one of these things. You need to say the word and a portal opens or whatever.
All right.
You can all make intelligence checks.
I think we've
I'm
done that
sure that
already.
you will fail on it.
I mean, I feel like I need that in life.
Yeah.
How does that work?
You just add your intelligence bonus, whatever it is.
Oh, right. Yeah, +2. So that's 9 plus 2.
14 plus 2, so 16.
16, 11.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong dice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The-
Oh, sorry, I rolled your dice.
Yeah.
Well,
13.
Okay.
Plus what?
What did we roll again? Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Oh, it'll be on the side.
+2, so 15.
Okay,
Okay,
you're
56
all
and 11.
feeling confident with. You all dabble in magic to one degree or another, in the arcane arts, in the divine arts, and you're familiar with this sort of construction. And when you go up close to it, you can see the lines of like enchantment, sort of like glowing. And you're confident that the key to the enchantment is a single word, like a command. And the way that each sentence is sort of like
I see that.
linked to each other, you get the sense that each sentence has the same answer. Like it's the same. It's the same answer to each question. It's like repeating itself 3 times,
Yeah.
just from a different angle.
Yeah. Should we just start saying words? And this is in common, right?
It's written in
It's
common.
written in common,
yeah.
so it's probably going to be. Would I think, with my 11 intelligence roll, that this word that we probably want to speak or whatever should be in common? Or-
Yes.
Yeah.
You are fairly confident.
Well, I'm gonna say. What did you say? Promise. Promise. Secret. I start saying
Yeah.
this word. Secret.
Okay.
Secret.
You wait.
Promise.
Nothing happens.
Should I just power it up and then say it then? That might work.
I say the word silence.
You see a green glow outlines the carving of the rectangle, and then the stone goes.
Yes.
Good boy.
Sweet.
That's why. I knew. I knew. Yeah. That makes total sense. Yeah. Broken silence.
I had to look at it.
There you go.
Beyond, you see a statue of a spider, very large, made of
Fucking
stone.
hell, I hate spiders.
And to the right, you see a suit of armor, and you also see a wooden floor and a circular stone walls with a passage leading beyond.
All right. Well, now we have another exit. Should we just do a quick loot?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
loot. Cool.
Yeah, and then we fuck off because I feel like I'm done in this place now.
Yeah.
This mystery is taking me onwards, and I feel like I'm not really welcome now with these guys.
Okay,
All right.
so you want to-
I agree with a halfling or a gnome. And a gnome.
All right, we go up
And
and loot the shit out of.
Okay. You find a couple of loose silver coins that are just sort of lying by the walls. So you find 3 silver, you find 2, you find 4.
Yeah.
3, cool.
Yeah.
3 silver coins, yo. Silver pieces.
What's your question?
No, I mean, am I allowed to say something as my
Yes, please,
character?
Yeah.
I offer to wear the armour until we get it to a merchant, so that it doesn't weigh you both down.
You mean the armor on the other side of the door?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't gone in there yet,
All
but
right,
you
okay.
can offer
But
that.
when we do, when we get there, I offer, because I'm the biggest. I can wear.
Oh yeah,
I'm willing
I
to do that.
expect you to do a lot of the fighting. So you,
Yeah.
you should have the.
I mean, yeah, we'll see about that. Persuade.
You also find the corpses of your former allies,
Oh yeah.
which
They would have good shit.
which each contain like 10 gold. So you have 30 golds that you can distribute as you see fit. One of them also has a longbow. One of them has a long sword. One of them has a shield.
Can any of you use like any of this shit?
Yeah, we all can.
I mean, I can't really. I got
None
my
of us are
boomerang.
fighters, really. You're the biggest fighter.
Well, he's a
You can turn into a bear. That's about.
yeah. I can't really. I can use like darts and staffs and shit. Darts.
So yeah, that's what you find. So
Well, we got 10 gold each then. Well, let's
yeah,
split it
so
that way.
everybody had
Yeah.
10 gold to whatever they were writing before. 10 gold.
All right.
Killer sweat.
Profit.
Is any other? Is the sword that long sword? Let's see. Again, I can't use it. So I'm not going to bother with it. But is it like better than whatever crap they got?
It looks like a fairly standard longsword. It doesn't look as nice as the half of a sword that Rithmal has,
When it was clean.
but it looks like a reliable, sturdy, what's the word for a recruited soldier in the army would have that, like a infantryman.
All right. Nothing special. But you shouldn't get the shield.
Well,
Do you have a shield?
Yeah, I'll really have a shield of many root vegetables.
Is it better than his shield?
They're of a similar standard.
Same.
Yeah,
shit. Okay, there's no real point then. Let's not
no.
carry all that stuff. Do we need to get some food and water stuff? Is the food lying about?
I got rations.
I guess.
You would all have rations on you in your
So we
pack.
don't need to sort that out now.
Yeah, you don't feel in immediate concern.
Cool.
We're on survival mode.
Everything happened so quickly though.
There is actually
Yeah, it escalated pretty quick.
there is
Because you
actually
run up
some,
and kicked him on the shin.
there's a
Yeah.
a goat roasting on a spit in the corner.
Ooh, I'll have a nibble.
Okay, you have a nibble. It's a bit overcooked as it hasn't been tended in the last 40 minutes.
Better than undercooked.
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Because the orcs tend to just go out, hunt something, and then eat it.
Yeah, I'll have some of that.
Cool, you have some.
Uh,
Overcooked, but eatable.
I mean, I'm cool to go then. Okay, we looted it. We've got some coin and some stuff.
Cool.
There's no need for other bits, is there? Shall we
Let's
go
go
down?
through the exit,
Alright.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
go through the
Yeah.
doorway. It's got a blue glow around it that is sort of. It used to be green when the door opened, and now it's sort of faded to a blue. And you walk through, and you step foot on these wooden boards. They don't creak though. And then the doorway sort of doesn't close behind you, but the stone sort of
Moves back.
goes back. The portal's still there, but it's like you're just looking at the back of a stone wall. And you see the suit of armor to your right, you see the statue of a giant spider to your left, and you see the passage, like a wooden staircase opposite you, covered in vines. And that's where you are. This is a very different place. The stonework smells different, looks different. You're in a place that's quite quiet as well.
I put the armour on.
Okay. As you go over to the armor and touch it,
Fuck.
it shakes and raises its sword. Everybody roll initiative. Everybody roll initiative.
Alright.
Sweet.
3.
12 plus 1. I'm at 13.
8.
Plus your initiative.
Everybody
Your minus.
remember your
Fuck's
number.
a fucking minus.
Okay,
Where's my
20 to
initiative?
25. Anybody?
Oh,
No, hold on.
We're all quite low actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Low.
Okay, 20 to 15. No, 15 to 10.
Yeah, I'm 13.
Okay. Okay.
I'm 8.
10 to. Okay, so 8. You.
I'm 5.
Okay.
Anything that's just stood there, we should probably not touch.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but then I didn't.
Okay, for this thing, I'm gonna get my little max.
Ooh,
Yeah. Feel that. Feel the impact of that.
It's like I can hear the Final Fantasy fight music starting.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Give me a second here. Where's my little map gone? There it is. You guys, this is the portal behind you. This little oblong
Oh, you
thing,
pussies.
and then this thing was kind of.
You just went straight up there.
Yeah, just like the sword. Like,
Okay,
So shiny.
yeah.
he's gonna strike at you. First one misses, swipes over your head and goes, you see this look to the helmet. You can't see inside the helmet, but it seems to go, tieflings are usually taller than that. And then, and then it rolls again, and then
Is it sentient?
15. Does 15 hit you? Yeah, I think, what's your armor class? 9. Okay, you haven't updated your armor class. But
wait.
Just
yeah,
check it.
check your armor.
I'm 10 armor class.
10?
Yeah.
Sure? Okay, cool. It's a
14.
good thing you have that there. Alright, so he hits you, and you take 11
what?
damage.
Kicking
Fuck,
myself.
I'm getting pretty low on HP.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, 19 down to 11.
Well, I'm at
Oh no, I
11.
take 11 damage, that's 8. I'm on 8 HP.
Okay. And then he
Fuck.
stands there still. Next up is Asker.
So stands it still as in his.
Well, as in he's struck, and now he's just sort of like
And it's
poised.
it's a suit of armor.
You haven't seen anyone in it. All you can see is a suit of armor.
I feel like something's up.
I feel like we're in an episode of what's the one that say Jinkies? Scooby Doo. Yeah, it was good.
Right. So what do I? Well, okay, let's see. Should we try and reason with this thing? It might be.
I agree, yeah.
I don't think we should just start punching it
Yeah.
because it's a suit of armor. It's probably not going to do anything, right?
Yeah.
Or it's again with the whole knowledge of the arcane. Is this normal? Does this happen? Is this like a?
Make an Arcana check. You don't have to roll all your dice.
9 plus. Is it, what's Arcana? What is it? 4, so 13.
Okay. You get the sense that this is an arcane animated suit of armor, like it's not a person, based on the way it's moving. And you recognize some similar kinds of enchantments to the doorway that you just walked through, but not quite the same, just kind of similar. Like it seems like it's a similar author did the enchantment.
Right. Does it look like it's going to attack again, or did it just go back to what it did?
It looks like it's going to attack again in the
Right,
sense
right.
that it's still
We're
like,
still in
it's still like
battle.
this. It just doesn't shift from side to side like a
'cause
human would.
Yeah, okay. I was just saying it didn't just swing to then go back and stand there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to punch it then, because if it's arcane, it's not gonna listen. Or maybe I'll just shout silence then.
Okay, you shout silence, and and stands back to where it was before.
Oh, cool.
Right. Now nobody fuck with it, yeah.
Or if we surround it, and this time we just start punching it from all
Yeah,
sides.
yeah,
because
yeah.
then
Yeah.
we got initiative.
Kick his shin again.
Yeah, just send this guy up.
Stab it.
Nice. So you're in the room that I described, and there's a wooden staircase covered in vines ahead of you.
So these this spider, I feel like those vines are gonna do shit.
Don't touch
right?
the spider, bro.
No, but I'll go up and investigate the spider then.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm not touching it.
Okay. If you're not touching it, I'll say you can. If you take a little bit of time, you can investigate. Roll an investigation check.
Who would investigate a giant spider in a fantasy?
I wonder if it's like shady or not. Investigation plus 13.
13. It looks exactly like a stone statue of a spider. It does not seem remarkable in any way.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so
We're in a
question.
room, you've got a normal statue in front of you.
Are there like how is this room lit? Is there like torches and stuff on the wall?
Not in this room. The room seems to be lit from the sort of blue portal behind you.
I got a tinderbox.
Can is this shit we can make like a makeshift?
Oh no, I can.
Do we have stuff? We can
I
make
can
a
make
torch basically. We want to torch those vines.
Yeah,
I've got a lantern as well.
Oh, you have a lantern.
I got a torch.
Oh, you have a
didn't
torch?
see
Yeah, I
it
got
was
10
dark. We could see the
torches.
spider.
Oh,
we
I
could
have
see
4 torches.
I said you could see from the glow of the portal behind you.
Oh, right, okay.
So it does get a little darker beyond.
Yeah, we got plenty of torches.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. We whip up a torch and
Can you just make 5 like that, or on the torch? Or?
Firebolt, you can.
Can I just fireball
So it's
it?
a
I have a
cantrip,
tinderbox,
I think.
but
Yeah.
it'd be
You-
more badass to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Is it a cantrip? Have a look.
Is it a what?
A cantrip. It's a type of spell. It means you can cast it at any time, as many times as you want.
Cantrip. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cantrip.
You just cast it, and a bolt of flame comes out of your hand and nearly like shakes the torch out of your hand, but it lights up the torch.
Badass.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll prod the vines a bit to see if they
Okay.
like. Do they screech? Do they like do?
You touch it with
weird?
the fire.
Yeah.
Okay, you touch the vines on the wooden staircase with the fire, and they catch a light, and you hear this weird like, and they start like moving and like turning into like black ashy substances, and you hear like a high-pitched whining noise.
Yeah.
That
That's
kind
a
of
monster of some sort.
Sounds like magical, partly you're not sure what it is, but it
Maybe druidic.
happens, and then they turn into ash.
All of them, all the way up the
It
staircase.
catches like much quicker than a normal vine would.
Ah, neat. Kill that bitch.
Nice. Now you have a slightly charred staircase.
Right. Well, I guess I'll go first because I'm a little bit wounded, but not too bad. Yeah, I'll go up first.
Okay.
Let's go up. Yeah.